Okay, welcome back to part two of the tips, techniques, and strategies for competitive exams like POLYCET, Polytechnic Common Entrance Test 2021. I have Mr. Kaushik Padigala with me. My name is Radhakrishna Muluru. Okay, all right, let's continue the discussion from yesterday. Okay, so Kaushik, I understand that mathematics is for 60 marks. All right, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And could you please explain what are the other you know areas, other topics for the remaining 60 marks?
Sir, there are physics and chemistry as other subjects other than maths, sir.
Mm.
And in the physics, we have 30 bits, sir, which contains 1 mark for each, sir. And for the chemistry, we have also 30 bits, sir, and which also contains 30 marks for each bit. 1 mark for each bit and 30 marks for 30 bits.
Okay, so
Like
mathematics
this.
60 marks, chemistry 30 marks. Okay,
And physics 30 marks.
okay, 30 bits, 30 marks. Okay, right. Remaining 30 marks.
Physics and chemistry, sir, 30, 30, 60, sir.
Okay, okay, all right. So mathematics 60 marks, physics 30 marks, and chemistry 30 marks. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
all right, okay.
Sir, if anyone want to attempt biology for the sake of admission in the agriculture or diploma courses,
Mhm.
they have to attempt biology also, sir.
Oh, okay, all right, okay then.
Sir, which additionally they want to attempt another 30 bits, total 150. Out of 150, they should attempt 30 maths, 30 physics, 30 chemistry. No, sir. 30 maths. Sorry, sir. I am not that much aware of the biology students, sir. But I know something about biology students. Like they want to attempt biology, but our MPC students should not want to attempt biology, sir. That's what.
All right, all right. Yes, this is for maths, physics, chemistry students, and that is for biology students. Okay, right. Okay, now, so total 120 marks. You have total 120 questions and 60 mathematics questions you can attempt anytime, right? In physics, 30 questions you
Yes,
can
sir.
attempt anytime. So there is nothing like you are given only 60 minutes for mathematics. It's not like that, right?
No, sir. No, sir. They
So,
will give a total of 1.5 hours, sir. You can attempt any question you want, sir, but you should complete it up to 1.5 hours.
so what is your approach? What is your sequence? So when you are given 1.5 hours, so when you are given 60 plus 30, 90 minutes. So what is your
Yes, sir.
sequence of attempting sections or questions?
Sir, first I just I want to try to solve the chemistry question, sir, because there are no calculations in it, sir. But compared to maths, there are less calculations, sir. And physics part because it contains a lot of theories, sir. So first I want to attempt physics and chemistry. After that, I want to attempt the maths, sir, because it is a lot of time taking. So compared to maths, it also gives physics and chemistry also gives 60 marks, sir. So I want to attempt first physics and chemistry, sir. After that, maths is my third preference,
So you're
sir.
saying first physics, next chemistry, and then maths, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how many minutes are you going to give for physics?
How many minutes, sir? Sir, I want to give 30, 30, 30 to all the no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. I want to give, sir, okay, sir, 30, 30, 30, sir, because if maths we are slow, we can't write the exam, sir. So with the basic plan, I want to give all subjects with 30, 30, 30, sir.
Okay, maybe you can try something like this. Because physics has 30 questions, okay,
Yes, sir.
and the minimum time you need to get for a physics question is 15 seconds. I mean,
Yes,
minimum
sir.
time you can get for a physics question is like, I think 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds,
30
not
seconds.
minute, 30 seconds.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right. So because, yesterday, do you remember yesterday we discussed like, the entire test is for 90 minutes. The total number of
Yes, sir.
questions is for 120 questions. right? So that
Yes,
means
sir.
number of questions is more, the number of minutes is less.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. So based on this, yesterday I told you like you have minimum 30 seconds and maximum 1 minute. That means average you have 30 plus 60 by 2. That means 45 seconds, I think you have. That
Yes, sir.
means, 90 by 120, right? So what is 90 by 120? 9 by 12. Okay, 9 by 12 means
Yes,
3
sir.
by 4. So 3 by 4 means 75%. So what is
Yes, sir.
75% of 1 minute? Okay, right?
That is a 3 by 4 of
75% of 1 minute. Okay, what is 50% of 1 minute?
30
30
seconds,
seconds.
sir.
What is
45,
25% of 1 minute? 15 seconds.
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
75% means 50% plus 25%.
45,
Yeah, that means
45, 45
yeah,
seconds.
30 plus 15 seconds. That is 45 seconds. So on average, per question, per one question, out of the total 120 questions, you have an average time of 45 seconds. But precisely 45 seconds, you cannot solve each and every question because some questions take more time, some questions take less time. So yesterday we derived, a kind of practical timing, like, you know, uh, if it is a very easy question, you can solve it in less than 30 seconds. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If it is like an average question in terms of complexity or time taking, then you can take up to maybe 45 seconds. And if it's a difficult or time taking question, maximum you can take up to 1 minute. But no one can give more than 1 minute to any question, because if someone does like that, most probably they'll end up not reading the questions at least by the time they complete the exam.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
at least reading the question should happen, because unless you read the question and unless you read the options and before finalizing the answer, okay, yesterday I said,
Yes, sir.
you need to select the answer and finalize and mark it, or, bubble it, because immediately after solving the question. So while solving the question, you need to check all the four options. Without reading all the four options, you cannot directly take the answer. Even if you know the answer, and if the answer is in front of your eyes, like one of the four options, okay, right? Still, you need to see the
Yes, sir.
remaining three options also, because most competitive exams work on the work on the system, like you need to take the best answer. So taking correct answer is not the thing that they're expecting taking the best answer. So sometimes, the four options may contain more than one correct answer, and the candidate is
Yes, sir.
expected to take the best answer. So even if you know
Yes,
the
sir.
answer, and even if you see the answer in the four options, before bubbling it or before finalizing it, okay, you need to see the remaining options also, to understand if there is any better answer than this, or to understand what is the best option among the four options. Okay, so this
Yes,
is
sir.
also important. So all these things should be done for each and every question in less than 60 seconds. Okay, for easy
Yes, sir.
questions, it should be done in less than 30 seconds. For average questions, it should be done in less than 45 seconds. And for a difficult question or a time-taking question, ideally it has to be done in less than 1 minute. And if it is taking more than 1 minute, you need to skip that question and you need to go to next one. And same process. Decide, check the options, read the question, solve it, get the answer, check all the four options, and take the best answer. And this should happen in less than 30 or 45 or 60 seconds. So this is how it is. Okay, so now coming back to what is the sequence of approach. Okay, right? So first you can attempt like your plan, that is physics questions you can apply, and you can give a total time of 15 minutes, 15 minutes to
Yes, sir.
physics questions, because there are 30 questions. Because there are
Yes, sir.
30 questions, first round, if you give only 15 minutes to physics, most probably you will clear all the easy questions, and all the questions you will clear. So maybe at least 15 answers you will write. You will have a chance of writing at least 15, if you prepare well, then in the first 15 minutes you will write at least 15 questions, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Or if possible, you can try maybe more than 20 corrects. If you know the answers, and if the paper is writable, if the paper is, if you can try and get more than 20 marks in the first 15 minutes of physics, you can definitely do that. Okay, so your target should be achieving more than 20 marks in physics in the first 15 minutes. Okay. right? That should be your target. Your preparation and your practice tests should help you to do that. Okay, right? And
Yes,
then
sir.
next 15 minutes, you said second you will take chemistry, right?
Yes, sir. Chemistry, sir.
Yeah, next 15 minutes you can take chemistry. And because you said, chemistry takes less time to process and it should be easy to score in chemistry. Once again, you can aim at, maybe physics, you can aim at 15 plus first 15 minutes, more than 15 correct answers in physics. That should be your target. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Next 15 minutes, more than 20, marks from chemistry section. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right? That should be your target. So now first half an hour is over. So first half an hour is over. So first 15 minutes, minimum 20, I mean, minimum 15 correct points. Next 15 minutes, minimum 20 correct points. So by the time first 30 minutes is over, you have already, achieved, more than 35 points. You
Yes,
have
sir.
achieved already more than 35 correct answers. That means you are ahead of time. Okay, right? The
Yes,
time
sir.
only is 30 minutes. The points you scored are 35. That means you scored more points than the number of minutes you have spent. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Then next, because you have 60 questions in mathematics, right? So again, same concept. Next 30 minutes, you can give to mathematics, and you can score, and you need to score more than 40 marks.
40
Next
marks.
30
Yes, sir.
minutes, give to mathematics, and first solve the easiest and quickest questions. Okay, try to score more than 40 marks out of 60. Okay, that means
Yes, sir.
after 1 hour is completed, okay, you have spent 60 minutes and you are
Yes,
in
sir.
a position to achieve or to get, okay, 15 plus 20, 35, 35 plus 40, 35 plus
75.
75. Okay, so you are out of 120 now. After 1 hour is completed, out of 120, you are in a position to score at least 70 to 80 marks. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right now how many minutes are left? 30 minutes are left.
That, yes, sir.
Okay,
That
so
is, sir.
in these 30 minutes, again, if you can score, for example, if you give 15 minutes in these 30 minutes, again, you can give first 15 minutes to mathematics continuation. So last half an hour,
Yes, sir.
second half an hour you gave to mathematics. So if you can just continue another 15 minutes to mathematics, or you
Yes, sir.
can go back to, if you want to switch the subject, you can go back to physics or chemistry. So in the last half an hour, you need to give 15 minutes to mathematics, 5 minutes to
Yes, sir.
chemistry, and 10 minutes to physics. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right. So this should be your topic. And in the last, 30 minutes, if you can score more than 30 marks, okay, that means
Yes, sir.
70 to first 1 hour you scored 70 to 80 marks. Okay,
Yes,
last
sir.
half an hour you are trying to score more than 30 marks. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So minimum, 70 plus 30, 100. Okay, maximum 80 plus 40, 120. So,
120.
so your score will be in between 100 and 120.
120, sir.
Okay, right? So that is how you need to divide the time. You need to plan it, and this is how you need to, what we say, practice. When you are writing the practice test or mock test also, you need to first practice, follow this plan and check whether it is working or not, right? And how well it is working. Do you need any changes in that, any small changes in that? So that you need to check. Okay, right? So when you write the mock test or practice test today, so you can follow this concept. You need to stick to this. You need to
Yes, sir.
follow this. Okay, only when you follow you will get results. Okay, right? And if needed,
Sir.
you can make slight changes. You can make slight changes if you want. Okay, right? For example, 61st minute to 75th minute. Okay, in the last half an hour it's up to you whether you want to take first physics or first chemistry or first mathematics. It's up to your convenience, but obviously you need to give 15 minutes to mathematics, 5 minutes to chemistry, and 10 minutes to physics, based on the, what we say, because the weightage is more, right? For mathematics the weightage is more.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you observe carefully, obviously you have given half time to mathematics. For example,
Yes,
second
sir.
half an hour you have given to mathematics, and in the last half an hour you are giving 15 minutes to mathematics. So total you have given 75 minutes to mathematics out of you know, out of,
120, sir.
yeah, out of 120,
No, sir.
total you have given 45 minutes,
90, sir. 90, sir. 90, sir.
90 minutes. Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir.
So mathematics is for 60 marks, right? No? Yeah, mathematics is
Yes,
for
sir.
60 marks, right? So total
Yes,
you
sir.
have given 30 plus 15, 45 minutes. Yes. For the
Yes, sir.
60 marks of mathematics, you have given 45 minutes.
40 minutes.
Mathematics. Okay, right? So remaining 45 minutes you have given to physics. Okay, right? So for physics, you have given 15 plus 15, you know, 30 marks. Okay,
40 marks.
30 minutes. Okay, and for chemistry, for chemistry, no, no, for physics, you have given 15 plus 10, 25 minutes total. In the first
Yes,
half
sir.
an hour, you gave 15 minutes to, physics, I think. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
the first half an hour, 15 minutes, last half an hour, 10 minutes. So 25 minutes you have given to physics. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So, 45 plus 25, how much is that?
45, 70, sir.
70. Okay, yeah, this is how, you need to go on, right? So total it is 90 minutes, right? So in 90 minutes, total of 45 minutes you have given to mathematics, and the remaining 45 minutes you have given to physics and chemistry. So in the 45 minutes of physics and chemistry, I think you have given 25 minutes to physics
Physics.
and 20
Yes, sir.
minutes to, yeah, you have given 20
Chemistry.
minutes to chemistry. I think that's a
Yes, sir.
wonderful, breakup. I think this is a very good time breakup. Okay, if you can just practice it, consistently, and then you can even make some improvements in this, based on how well you are performing in this plan, in this time plan. Okay, right? So you can just improve it based on what the observations you make when you write and evaluate your own, what we say, the mock tests or practice tests. Okay, right? So that is how you can approach this. Okay, right? So yeah, and what is the, so I mean, what is the source of your mock exam or practice test? From where are you
Sir,
taking? Yeah.
sir, you have given me advice to seek the mock test from the inadu.pratibha.net, sir. So I have downloaded at least 2 model papers, sir, yesterday. And there are many model papers based on previous year's question papers. Up to 5 to 6, 7 papers are available on the inadu.pratibha.net, sir. We can also check Sakshi Education, sir. And there are a lot of YouTube channels which provides mock tests as a PDF, sir.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you can take any one of the sources, or any one, more than one source also you can take. And of course, you can just observe how the test is. So if you like the questions in a particular test, or if you think that the questions are
But the
interesting in a particular
disadvantages from
test.
all these sources is, sir,
Hmm?
can I say, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, but the disadvantages from all these sources is they are based on the full syllabus which is included in the previous year, but not this year, sir. This
Oh,
year, due to the corona crisis, we the education system, the education minister or education branch of our government has deducted some amount of syllabus from our academic year, sir. So these papers are based on the total syllabus, which is a student of the previous year um, can't write or can't attempt, sir, because it contains a syllabus which which is not studied by the student, and it's tough for the student to attempt a question paper which he don't know. That mean so that's why it's tough to attempt those question papers, sir.
okay, all right. If possible, you can just check whether the question is within the syllabus or out of the syllabus. So based
Yes,
on
sir.
that, you can make your practice. Okay, right? So if it is taking too long to decide that, don't worry, don't waste or don't spend too much time, or don't waste too much time on, thinking which question is in syllabus, which question is out of syllabus, like that. Sometimes,
Yes, sir.
sometimes a few questions out of syllabus also might come in the exam. So, if possible, if you know the concept and if you can write the correct answer, you can just go ahead and write the correct answer, whether the question falls within the syllabus or out of the syllabus. But the main point here is do not waste too much time on that. Do not spend too much time on that. But it's very important that you
Okay.
understand what are the areas that are within syllabus and what are the topics that are out of syllabus. Yes, you need to understand that. You need to know that. But at the same time, make sure
Yes, sir.
you don't spend or you don't waste much time on thinking about within syllabus, out of syllabus, especially in the exam time. Whenever you are writing the practice or mock exam, or whenever you are writing the real exam on July 17th, Saturday,
Yes, sir.
11:30 to 1 p.m. for those 90 minutes. Don't think, don't spend too much time on thinking which question is in syllabus, which question out syllabus, because once the question is into the exam, okay, if you know the answer, just give the correct answer, and if you don't know the
Yes,
answer,
sir.
just follow the same time technique. Don't give it more than 1 minute. Don't stop at any question for more than 1 minute. If
Yes,
any
sir.
question is crossing more than 1 minute, just leave it and go to next question, because obviously the number of questions is more and the number of minutes is less. So
Yes, sir.
giving more than 1 minute to a question is completely out of the way. Okay, right? So never stop
Yes, sir.
for more than 1 minute at any question. Okay, right? But otherwise, you will end up failing to read all the questions. That means you will end up failing to attempt all the questions. If you attempt all the questions, that is the ideal situation. You cannot leave attempting all the questions. Okay, right? I think many students will fail to attempt all the questions, and if you can attempt all the questions, then obviously you will have a better chance of getting a better rank, right? So that is the logic here. That is the reason. That is the analysis. Okay, right. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please ask. Otherwise I think we can end this for now.
Yes, sir.
So please
Sir,
remember, yeah, yes.
sir, say, sir, what you are saying, what are
Please
about to
remember
say, sir.
that time breaking technique. Okay, so that is very important.
Okay, okay.
Okay, right? And all, ideally, you should have at least 2 rounds of attempting questions. For example, first
Yes,
15 minutes physics first round. Okay, next
yes,
15
sir.
minutes I think chemistry first round. Okay, right? Next half an
Yes, sir.
hour, that means second half an hour of the exam. First half an hour for
Yes, sir.
mathematics, that is the first round. So in the first 1 hour, actually, you are completing one round of attempting all the questions. That is the point.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right? In the last half an hour, you are taking the second round. Okay, so in the second round,
Yes, sir.
okay, you are focusing on scoring more marks. You're obviously your intention is to score maximum marks. Of course, entire exam, your focus is on scoring maximum marks, but it is better to take at least 2 rounds.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Instead of just going in one round, you must go 2 rounds. In the first 1 hour, you must complete one round of the test, all 120 questions. Okay, and of course, you can skip questions. For example, if you think that a very question is a very long and it takes time to read and understand that, then you can simply skip
Yes,
that
sir.
question and go to next question. Okay, and in the last half an hour, if you can handle that question, if you can attempt that question, then you can try. But like that, it depends. But if there are too many questions, like long questions, then obviously you have to fight. So that is why practice is needed. That is why a good practice is needed. Okay, yeah, this we can say now.
Sir, I am about to say that we should use a pencil, sir, instead of pen in competitive exams. But here a pencil is should be used.
So what do
HB
you
pen,
need to use? Do you need to use a pencil or a pen?
pencil, sir.
Pencil. Okay, then get good quality pencils. Okay, right? Generally, they would mention like HB something they mention in the exam instructions
Yes, sir.
itself. Maybe you can
HB,
see
sir.
the instructions wherever possible. Maybe Inadu or internet somewhere. You can see the instructions, right? Like at least in the hall ticket, you can see the instructions. You know,
Yes, sir.
so whatever they said in the hall ticket, that you can get ready at least 2 days before the exam. Okay, right? You need to have at least 2 pencils. Okay, yeah, and a sharpener. Right? And even when you are writing the practice test or mock test, you need to use a pencil only. You can just take any normal pencil, and it's better that you practice with a pencil only, because if you're going to use a pencil in the final exam, then it's better to use a pencil only in the practice test, not the same pencil. Don't use the same pencil in the practice test and in the final exam. Okay, have separate, pencils for the final exam. At least 2 pencils you keep for the final exam. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what will you do if the next person asks you for a pencil in the exam hall?
So
When you
if I
have,
contain,
yeah, when you
if
have
I
two,
carry 2 pencils,
yeah,
if I carry 2 pencils, I will definitely give to him, sir, because it's an important exam. It may be an important exam to him, sir.
yeah.
So helping means a lot.
Yeah, what I suggest to you is you have 2 pencils, 2 pens, everything too you have. Okay, but
Yes,
keep them
sir.
inside. Don't keep them outside because if you keep outside, someone will ask. So keep them inside,
Sir.
right? Just do your exam. If any problem is there with the first equipment, like first pencil or first pen, you can use the second one. Okay, right? Yes. And if there is any announcement from invigilator, or if there is any candidate who is really in deep trouble because of this, then if you want to give, you can take it out and give the second one. The second one you can take it out and give if you want to give, if you are in a position to give. But if you keep outside, then people will see it, and even if they don't need it, they feel like, you have to write give me like that. They feel, right? Even the invigilator also, if the invigilator looks that you have two things, then he may also feel like, taking one and giving to someone like that. Then then after some time, if something happens to the pencil that you are using or to the pen that you are using, and again it may amount to loss of certain time which is valuable, and that may result into kind of less performance or bad performance like that. Okay, right? So like I said yesterday, you need to watch your every step, if you don't want to get hurt because of things like fonts, right? So similarly here also, every small thing is important. Okay, right? So
Yes, sir.
keep inside, one thing you keep outside, one pencil, one pen you keep outside, one pencil, one pen you keep inside so that no one can see it. Okay, maybe in a pouch or in pocket or somewhere. Okay, right? And only if needed that will come out. Otherwise, it will not come out like that. Right? That need might be for you, or that need might be for others, but it should be a real need. Right? And now, sometimes what happens, many people when we are outside, at places like railway reservation like that. Okay, many suddenly some person comes to us and he asks us for a pen as if we are indebted. We are as if we are in debt of a pen to him. Okay, right? As if he gave a pen long ago to us, and as if he's claiming to get that pen back. Someone suddenly comes to the pen, please, and play just like that. Okay, he takes the pen. Okay, right, and he forgets to give it back. Okay, right. So what are the solutions for this? Generally when you are in a classroom or when you are at a place like railway reservation, okay, there is always, it is possible that someone comes to you and, asks for a pen, and they generally they forget to give it back. Okay, then
Yes,
how
sir.
can you make sure that the person gives the pen back to you?
Sir, always we should make an eye on the person who took my pen.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, keeping an eye on the person is one solution. Okay, what else? Yeah.
Sir, if it important pen, we should ask, sir. Definitely ask, sir.
Yes. Second
Or
thing is, you can say like, see, I'm giving you the pen now, but you please return it to me. Okay. I really need this to be returned. So please understand, please remember, you need to return, like for that also they act, as if they are offended or as if they feel bad.
yeah,
Say dialogues like, huh, why don't I give you? Do you think that I don't give you? What are you talking? Some like that they respond, but it's important to say that no, I'm not worried about all that, but I just need it back. So please give it back. This is, I'm giving you the pen, so you need to give it back to me. Like that, we can say that is one technique. No. That is one technique, and finally, third technique is, we can take the cap. Okay, we can retain the
yes, sir.
cap with at me. I can retain the cap at me, and only the pen I can give to the person. But especially if the pen is a very costly one, or if the pen is a very sentimental one. Okay, right? Or if the pen is a very important one. Okay, then what I can do is I can just, if I really want to give that pen, if that person is really in need, then I can keep the cap with me and I can give the pen to him. Okay. So these
So
are,
what happens while you doing like this, sir?
huh? What
What
happens
happens
is,
when?
the person understands clearly that this person is not giving the cap to me and this person is giving only the body of the pen to me. That means this person doesn't want to, miss this pen. Yeah, I need to give this pen back to him. This thing, very clearly he understands, right? And also it would be slightly insulting, keeping the cap with you and giving the remaining pen to that person means you are not trusting that person. If you trust that person, you give the entire pen, okay, and you will not even ask to give it back. You are not doing that. You are keeping the cap with you. That means you are not trusting that person. So that person understands that you are not trusting him, and that guilty feeling, most probably makes him to return the pen to him, and it also makes him to, remember to give the pen back to the owner of the pen. Okay. So like these are for some everything, there are some small techniques like this, whether it is writing an exam or whether it is, moving around, in a society, like that. Okay, right. So if you don't have any more questions, we can just go ahead and stop the recording and stop the session. Okay, right. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope today
Um,
you're going to, write the mock test or practice test, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, to apply all the concepts, time breaks, and all apply all those concepts. And actually, after first 1 hour,
Sir, a small doubt, sir.
hmm,
A small doubt, sir. While writing the mock test, should we use a blank paper as a OMR sheet, sir, or we just attempt the question, sir?
take a blank paper. If you have an OMR sheet, you can use the OMR sheet for your practice. Okay, if you don't have an OMR sheet copy like that, okay, right, then just take a white paper and assume that it is the OMR sheet, and just wherever the question number one position is there, you just you can assume like it's for example, if it's the paper, okay, right, you can assume like this is the place where one question number one, A first bubble, question number two, B second bubble, question number three, C third bubble, question number four,
Yes, sir.
D fourth bubble, like that. You can. This is called relative positioning. That means on comparison, you can position, and at that position, you can just bubble it. Say when you are bubbling it, you need to bubble to the full. The bubbling should not come out of the circle, okay, and the circle should be completely filled using the pencil. Okay, all these instructions are there generally, either on the hall ticket or on the question booklet. These things should be there. So, you can follow these instructions. And also while giving the, mock test or practice test also, you need to follow these instructions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we end now? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then. So I'm just stopping the recording, and also session also will end now. Okay, right. So maybe tomorrow also most probably we'll discuss this, or we'll move to some other topic. I'm not sure, but let's see. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And of course, tomorrow you need to tell me how well you wrote the exam, how well you followed the plans, and how many marks. Maybe try to get the marks also. Please self-evaluate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Maybe give some time gap after writing the exam for to get a fresh mind again. Okay. So maybe sometime a few hours later, maybe you can self-evaluate your answers, and you need to tell me the scores. Even if the scores are less, don't worry. We'll analyze why the scores are less, and that helps us to get better things.
Okay,
Okay.
I will photograph the question paper and I will send it to you, sir.
Yes, yeah. The question paper, even if you send, yeah, if you can
Answer
do it, you can do it. I don't know how useful it would be, but anyway, it's better to do it. Maybe it would be useful. Right? So please write the exam today, evaluate. Get the marks, and tomorrow we'll discuss. Yeah, tomorrow we will discuss how you wrote the mock test, how you wrote the practice test, and how you followed the plan, and how well was it, how good was it, and how many marks you scored. About these things we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Thank you so much.